How we wrap up tonight's edition of News Night. Strong and Sassy with the Nimwai Nimado is up next. I'm excited about the topic. I see the surprise on your face. Romantic relationships in the workplace. Well,
have you had one before?
Pardon? The line is not clear.
Romantic relationships in the workplace. Have you had one before?
No.
You've not had a romantic relationship in the workplace?
No.
You've done journalism for 30 years. Never have
50.
You done 50. Anyway,
we should ask Evans as well.
Yes.
We?
Categorically, no.
Pardon?
I see.
So what do we have?
When you
okay. It's not a romantic relationship.
Exactly.
Okay.
Anyway, Nimado.
Yes.
Before
Evans.
you start asking the questions, have you had one before?
Yes.
You have.
It's okay. So the news night is over. Strong Sassy is up next. Stay tuned.
At least you were honest. So we'll let you go. We'll let you off the hook for now. I'm coming to join this conversation. I just want to listen. I'll be a spectator.
Wow.
Nice.
I used to bite my tongue and hold my breath, scared to rock the boat and make a mess.
there. Good evening and welcome. This is Joy 99.7 FM. Obviously, you're tuned in. But this is Strong and Sassy, and we're on until 8 o'clock. My name is Enimwa Enimado, and today we're having a very topical topic. So we are talking about romantic relationships in the workplace. Yeah. To have this conversation with me, Amma.
Hi, Nimwa.
Hi, Amma. It's been a while.
Yes.
Yeah, good to see you as always.
Good to see you too.
So Amma is here with us. Efwa is here with us as well. Hi, Efwa.
Hi, Nimwa.
And of course, our senior assassin, Adipa. Hello and welcome.
Thank you.
Happy New Year. Haven't seen you this year, so.
Yeah.
So, we should start from the beginning. I mean, we all know what is happening in the country at the moment. And of course, when things like that happen, it kind of brings to mind issues that they exist every day, but we're not thinking about them all the time. But then things happen, they're like, the workplace is an ecosystem of different things that are happening. Good relationships, bad relationships, sexual harassment, orgies. I mean, who knows? Who knows, right? So I wanted us to have a conversation about. So first of all, I'd like to take your opinion on, not on what is happening in Ghana, but just on the general, relationships in the workplace. Like, what do you think about them? So let me start with you, Anna.
Okay. I am of the opinion that if
the first place, have you ever been?
No.
Okay.
No. But I'm of the opinion that if you really can, don't do it. The same applies to students. Don't date your colleague in school. That's somebody you're in the same school with. And
same school or same class. Okay.
Especially same class. Maybe same school, but same class. So maybe, in the workplace, you can say maybe a different branch or a different department.
Okay.
But I wouldn't encourage the department. I would say maybe a different branch instead.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
so I really think that if you really can, try and find love somewhere else, not where you work. Don't do number 2 where you feed yourself.
But then, I mean, there was a study in the US which showed that there's a 70% higher chance of meeting your spouse at work because we spend so much time at work.
Yeah.
So, I mean, if you're always at work, where else will you meet the love of your life?
I agree with that, but then don't you think that kind of relationship will also be very challenging? I meet you here. I get to know you here. There's so much to know. Every day we are spending about 8 hours together. Every day,
at least
at work,
that's work.
At least 8 hours, and then we have supervisors, bosses, or subordinates, or witnessing setting. There's just so much that you can hide or hold in when the relationship is suffering certain challenges, which happens to all relationships. So yes, you would want to look in that direction because you're spending most of your time with them. But if you still can, consider the people you meet while in traffic, when you go to church, when you go to buy food. Yeah, look there. Try and look out.
Okay, Effa, what do you think?
I think that, you find love in the craziest of places. So if you found love at work, and you can make it work, you can go ahead, but be prepared to move from that office and go find another branch of that company and work there. Because
so you also think that if you must, then you should move to a different...
You should, because it comes with a whole lot of things.
Have you ever dated in the workplace?
No, not in the workplace.
Okay. All right, and Adipa, what about you?
Don't you? Hey.
Okay. Why? What's happened?
No, I haven't been, but unfortunately, I've witnessed too many of them. Yes, I've witnessed too many of them, and every time it ended on rocks, and it got broken harder than any other relationship would break. And there is nothing more troubling than the whole world witnessing a breakup. And especially when the man moves on with somebody in the same environment. And you have to manage your work pressure and a relationship pressure. It is not funny. I have witnessed it a couple of times, and for me, it's a no-no. I think when I started working way back in 2005, I told myself that never date anybody in your workplace. And maybe it's been a rule of thumb for me, and it saved me from a lot of heartaches and headaches. But well, I think that is why a lot of companies have the no relationship policy. Yeah, because you have said one thing, that you are most likely, the word is most likely, to meet your partner at the workplace, because that is where you spend most of your time. But trust me, the work suffers.
You think so?
Oh yes, the work will suffer. At the end of the day, you will suffer and the work will suffer. You understand what I'm saying?
So how about couples who start businesses together?
You see, when you start a business together with your other partner, you have the same goal. It is a shared goal between the two of you. You are most likely to focus on that more as a team together. You understand? And build it, rather than being in an official like Joy FM multimedia. I am here.
A couple of husbands and wives in multimedia.
A couple of them, they started from here?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, and they are not suffering.
Yeah, but they are still married and reproducing more as we can see.
More joy babies.
Having more joy babies. So
fine. It's not like it's all sour. Because sometimes you can find your way around it, and it depends on the kind of environment that you work in. You understand? Media is quite different from really, really structured corporate environments.
We consider ourselves very
structured. You are very structured.
Very, very serious.
My apologies. You are very structured, but I'm saying that media,
I think I get it. Obviously, it's not like a band.
Yes, it's quite flexible.
Space, so
it's a creative space, and both of you can be doing other things that would even benefit the organization, because you are bringing your skills to bear
together.
It's a skill-based organization. But when you come to the very formal corporate-based organizations where your role is almost defined, you are working according to rules and according to standards and all, and you get yourself involved in a relationship, I doubt you make it.
Okay. Yeah. When I asked about the couple starting a business, you were like,
yeah. I remembered an interview of Donald Trump's ex-wife, the late one.
Okay.
The one they did business together, where she mentioned that it was a very difficult thing to do. It affected their marriage and contributed largely to their divorce.
Okay.
Because they couldn't draw the line. They go to work and it's work. They come back home and it's work again.
Yeah.
You know, like you don't agree in the office, you come back home, and that you transfer it to the home. So something concerning the home, and you're still bringing that maybe resentment from work, and you're sharing the same thing here. So you're not able to draw the line between just an intimate moment and let's have a work business.
Because it would be difficult to switch.
Especially when you know that this is the family business. This is what is paying all of the bills. Because like me, I'm like I say, I'm self-employed. I have my own business, and I don't have a break. Even when I'm sick, even when I'm at night time, daytime, I don't have a 9 to 5. So it's always like my work is my baby, my husband, and everything. I can imagine what it would be like if I had a partner and we are doing this together. I would always rope him in at any time of the day. I would want you to be ready to talk about the business with me. Now, if you're doing your own thing and I'm doing mine, I'm probably just coming to share with you a problem I'm having, or tell you something that happened in me running my business, and then you can also share yours with me. They're very different things you're talking about, so the pressure would be different compared to this is the thing you and I are building. And sometimes I'm going to feel like you're slacking. This is my goal. I think that it's more of my goal than it's yours, and you're not taking it seriously. And then you would also react.
That's interesting. I mean, if you're listening to us and you run a business as a couple, or you own a business together, send us a message and tell us how it's going. I think we would love to hear that. It's 055 1111997. Our WhatsApp lines are open. We're also live on Facebook, so you can watch us. You definitely want to watch us. I always tell you, you definitely want to watch us. And you can comment in the comment section. We'd love to know if you work with your spouse, if you have an ongoing office romance, if you have one that blossomed into something good or denigrated into something bad. We'd love to hear from you. So let's get interactive. Okay, so let's say you decide that, okay, I work here, I've met this person, I really like them. So we're going to date. Why do you have your look like that? She's like, that's a bad decision. Let's say the decision is made, you're dating someone in the office. What would you say are some of the things that from the get-go you have to put in place to kind of protect yourself from the side of the office romance thing that could actually ruin you or ruin your work and all of that? Would you start, Amma?
Yeah. I think there have to be some ground rules. Like, I need to say that I'm building my own career as well, and it's separate from yours. Even when you're in the position to jump in and defend me, you need to be very careful. Don't overdo anything. Don't just go out of your way to just save me all the time. Sometimes you should prompt me.
Let me just interrupt you. Do you feel like dating somebody at work affects your credibility? Because
I think so.
As soon as they defend you or you defend them, it's not about the work anymore. It's about
especially when one is
the boss.
Yeah.
And now the thing too is that when the other partner doesn't defend you so much, you might take offense and say, why didn't you defend me? If not for anything, I'm your girl, you're supposed to look out for me. So the lines can get blurry very fast. So the two of you need to agree that when we're at work, we can't have any quickies. Because that's very, very important. Because, just imagine somebody finding out, seeing you, that you could lose your job. Or doesn't that happen? Yeah, you can lose your job.
We don't know.
I mean, I think, is it not possible that one can lose their job for being caught in an accident?
Of course. I mean,
So we need to agree that no, there's no way, even if it's your fantasy or anything, it can't happen because our jobs are very important here. And then also, if we have a fight, maybe you have to come to the agreement where, like some people do, you don't sleep over, like you don't go to bed angry. So maybe you have to agree, make peace before you go to work.
Can you keep all these?
Some people swear they do that. They're able to do so. I guess they need to put in some ground rules and say,
there's like
no matter how upset you are, when we come to work, you still need to give the smile that you're expected to give. Be cordial with me and everything. Maybe when you walk out of the gate, then you can go back to family.
So there's a code of conduct. If you are dating somebody as opposed to if you are not.
And if you can't keep it private, don't let your colleagues know.
You see, how can you keep love private? Because love in itself announces itself. You understand? There is not much privacy about love.
You know when people are chopping each other, you can see. You can see. Like it's so obvious.
It's obvious.
Maybe they just.
You see, so for me, if you decide, if you really decide, then you've got to have a heart as large as the earth. You must have a very big heart. Because you see, the person you love is also loved by somebody. And
in the office. Yes.
And because it's not locked in. Okay, and everybody is trying.
Even when it is locked in.
You see, so because it's not locked in, he's looking out for you, but he's looking out for somebody else. And if you have jealous tendencies, then you are going to suffer extra. That is for both of you. And men are naturally more jealous and overprotective. So then he's now going to set rules like, okay, so
I don't like the way you talk to Abiku. You are talking to
you're always before your boss. Hey, what at all does he tell you? Hey, you see, your work will suffer. Because there is no ground rule that will exonerate you from non-performance. And those ground rules that you are going to set with Mr. is going to let you non-perform. because now you don't have the environment to operate, to create, because creativity is part of performance. But Mr. is monitoring.
You can't be yourself.
You can't be yourself. So for me, if you decide, then you must have a very large heart, and then you must decide that whatever happens should happen. Because for me, it doesn't really work. I've seen some gone into marriages and the marriage break. Yes, I have seen one like that. It went on and went on and went on, and it became a marriage, and the marriage didn't survive
because of the
yes.
So I also know of somebody who lost their job because of that. So they worked in the financial sector, and they were not supposed to have any relationships amongst them. They kept theirs private till when they were about to get married. Then the lady was like resigned, and then their wedding was, I think, about 2 months after that. The guy left, was also fired.
Oh,
because I mean the bosses were like, can you explain that you guys met and decided to get married within this short period? Within
but
like
what if we met 2 weeks ago and we decided
and you decided to get married?
I don't know about that. I mean, I can't address that because I'm not an HR person, but that doesn't sound like.
And I also I wondered, is this really worth the risk? Because now
Yes.
you don't have a
Unemployed.
job and you are newly married or about to
Yes.
get married. Look at the stress. Whenever the person, your partner pisses you off, you're going to think, oh my God, I can't believe I sacrificed my job for this.
Oh, I mean, I'm sure you would have gotten another one maybe, or you started selling soap.
This is so easy.
Something. I mean, started something. Because how many times does love come around?
Anyway.
You know, so do you just say that, oh, it's a bit uncomfortable, or it requires a certain level of maturity from me, therefore I'm not going to take it at all?
but Adepa said something that if you want to go into office romance, then you should have a heart as big as what?
The earth.
The earth.
Or eyes that don't see properly.
Yeah, because
you don't see who they talk to. You don't see anything.
Then your ears too should have
because
a problem.
imagine there's a breakup. The whole office knows about it.
Yeah.
And if you're not that strong type, how are you going to carry on?
You go on leave.
Yes.
When you
Leave is
come
not
back.
retirement.
And then
Leave is not retirement.
The thing is that when you go and leave, when you come back, you
Yeah, still
get
the people are still talking.
like some welcome because the welcoming stairs.
Yes.
When you're coming, everybody's madam is back.
And they are talking behind you, and you don't see them, but you can hear them, and
Yes.
It is absolute stress.
And if you're an overthinker like me, oh my God, you won't sleep.
You will read in between the
you can't
lines,
perform.
before the lines, after the lines. In fact, you start measuring statements, conversations, and everything will be about you,
even if it's not.
even if it's not.
But you see, Nima, I guess all this won't matter when you actually feel that there's a need for you to find love in your workspace. Yeah, you know, there are some top executives who now hire matchmakers to find love for them because they don't have time to go out and meet people. And maybe the person thinks that, oh, I really want to have kids, my biological clock is ticking, everything, You meet a really lovely guy in your workspace who is also looking your way. Are you going to put all these excuses in your way? I think you just have to say, whatever will happen, will happen.
Give it a try.
You're just going for it.
So Josie is texting us. And she says, hi, Josie, thank you so much. She says, I've been working with my husband as partners in an architectural firm for over 15 years, and it's going great so far. You need to strategize and get the roles right. At the office, you are working partners, professionals. At home, you become the girlfriend, wifey. Once in a while, the roles crisscross, but you've got to get hold of it. If it is worth it, you can fit the kids into the planning. Thank you so much for that. I mean, definitely a different perspective. So, I mean, I guess that it can work. Are you guys just saying like you don't think it
No, I think it can work. I mean, I think some people have
fine.
made it work.
Yeah.
And with a business bit, I also know a few people in Ghana who are even in the media and film production business.
And they do it together.
And they've been doing it for some years now. They've been married for almost 30 years now. Like Ivan Kwashiga and the wife.
Okay.
They work together. Shelley and Ken work together. So there are people who are doing it. It's possible. But I think it wouldn't be easy. Take, for example, me. I would, whenever you're running your business, you want to sometimes take certain risks that your partner would not agree to.
Yeah. But is that not what balance is about?
No, but you see, I'm thinking that if it was just me and he was doing his own thing, I'll just go ahead and take it.
But then when you fall, or if you fail, you rely on him.
Yes, but at least I tried. I won't sit back and be saying, oh, what if I had done this? Maybe you would have done that. But because you guys are together, the shared risk, and you know that this is what is holding the entire family, you become extra cautious. Like, there's none amongst you taking that big risk.
Unless you are both big risk takers.
Yes. And that's very risky. That's a lot of risk because the kids' school fees, how do you get it paid when the business is in debt and you can't clear it in time to pay kids'
and also
fees?
if you've invested in like government bonds and stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously. Okay, so let's say we're in a relationship at work. Do you think that it's better if the couple are equals at work, so that there's no power dynamic? Or do you think that it actually works better when there's a certain sort of either the woman is the boss or the man is the... Like, how do you think those scenarios play out?
None of the above. None of the above.
You are just against. Like, the against is so...
Okay.
You
see, okay, so boss subordinate, the
power dynamics.
The power dynamics are so asymmetrical. Like, it doesn't fall in place. At what point are you Mr. Boss, and at what point are you Mr. Boyfriend? As Amma has said, the lines get blurred so fast.
Unless you're like just a paying boyfriend, boss, everything. I mean, because you can imagine, let's say, me, I work in this multinational whatever company that makes millions and millions and millions of dollars. And I'm, let's say, handling maybe communications for the company. And I'm dating the CEO who makes like, I don't know, $45 million a year, takes care of me, pays for everything.
Is he married?
No, he's not married. And the job is like my hobby, and I'm doing it, and he's supporting me. So I mean, when I come to work, I'm following my dreams, but I don't mind, like, okay, darling, okay, I don't think this strategy works. Okay, honey, because like you are taking care of everything.
You are living in an ideal world.
That's why I said it's a case.
Yeah, but ideally.
But there are some situations like that.
There could be some situations like that. Don't be emphatic.
I think that those things will work when it's like
there could be some
a legacy business, like a generational business. It's a family business that's been handed over.
A trust.
But a multinational where there are board of directors who are not your family members and they've
but it doesn't mean that you're not competent. But does
no.
The question I'm trying to ask is that if I am competent and I fall in love with my CEO and he falls in love with me, I am competent. My salary can take care of me. He loves to take care of me. I love him and he loves me. Do we say that, because of the power dynamic, so it is not...
Are you only thinking about yourself and your happiness as against the general good of the company?
The company doesn't suffer.
No, you are saying that the company doesn't suffer.
What if it actually doesn't suffer?
Then maybe you can go ahead.
Okay.
Because, I mean, that would be a rare case.
Is it rare, though? Because we are taking the viewpoint of it is always bad.
No,
but sometimes it is good.
Done
sometimes
that.
It increases productivity. A quickie in his office in the morning, you are hot, ready to go. You go to your office, you are smiling, you are training the interns. Life is good. I mean, why does it have to be bad?
It always brings this kind of friction in the workplace, regardless of how you see it.
Why?
Because there are others that are also after the CEO that you're after.
Because you're after, so I should...
So I am saying that in order to sanitize the whole environment, you understand, give everybody
level
playing ground. I mean, fairly. Don't let anybody feel that because Adepa is dating the CEO, so she's having favors, or she's being put out there to be favored or to be promoted or to be,
But life is not a level playing.
No, life has never been fair.
So why can't
life has never been fair? But for me, if it's the workplace, there is much more. Unless, of course, it's a partnership that Josie and her husband are having. That one, is the two of you. If you go to his office, you have a cookie and you come out, you still come and draw.
Okay, I have a
You understand?
I have a question. So let's say this is a firm, and I'm in charge of, let's say, research in a lab.
Okay.
And I'm dating the CEO. CEO, research in the lab, we don't interact. And the research is science-based. Therefore, you can't favor or not favor me because it's research and it's so the question. Let me ask the question. So the question then is: are we averse to office romances because of the favor that it could afford to people who are not us? And if therefore that favor variable was removed, then would we be so bothered by people who are dating in the office?
It's not just about favor.
It's not just about
It's also about how you're going to manage your disputes. When you have your personal disputes and it not crossing the line when you are relating to each other as colleagues at work. And also, I'm just thinking, you see how in class, when you're dating somebody in class, I never did that, but then I always assumed that it would be, and I actually talked to certain ladies or girls who did that. When your boyfriend or the guy of interest is in class and the teacher asks a question, you have an idea, you want to answer, but you're afraid.
You're shy.
You're shy that you're going to make a mistake, it's going to be wrong. So you wouldn't even give it a try. You're always going to keep holding yourself back. Imagine that you're in the workspace and you're supposed to do a presentation, or they're asking for ideas, and you're like, oh my God, what if my idea is too stupid? I can't say it.
But if you have a self-confidence
thing, a boyfriend there, you wouldn't mind.
Somebody will use the opportunity to show off.
I think that if you are dating,
but you always want to
having a crush on somebody.
Prim and proper.
So prim and proper
in front of
and
your boyfriend.
excellent. In front of the guy you're dating.
Ifwa is making a point.
I'm saying that it's not as if you have a crush on the person. You're already dating him, so he sort of knows you to an extent.
Yes, but the person you're there, you still want the person to see you as very smart at all times.
Before he even give you an idea, if let's say you had to take it home, you would have discussed with him before coming to that meeting. So, I don't think that it should be a deterrent. If you have a crush on the person, then you are shy to make a mistake. But if you are dating, I think you know each other quite well. So some of these things shouldn't.
But
So you wouldn't mind okay, so I'm dating, my boyfriend is there, and then the boss is upset by a project that we ran that didn't go his way. He's talking, blah, blah, blah. My boyfriend is there watching me being blasted.
I mean, he will find ways to console me after, because he will understand better.
Oh, I'm there and I'm witnessing my boyfriend being blasted. Oh my God, no, I don't want to see that. No, I don't want to see that.
Wow.
I don't want to see that.
Do you have something to say?
Yes.
I'm listening.
Wow. No,
I'm still not convinced.
Because you
wouldn't.
So you wouldn't set out to do that, but that's where your heart decided to find.
No, if your heart decided to find that man, okay, in that very small workspace of yours, then, as Amma said at the beginning, look for ways of creating a distance. It's safe for both of you.
I mean, different teams, different departments,
or different departments, because it enables you to grow.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I think we all function better without anybody breathing on our necks. Okay, even now at this stage of my life, even when my husband is around, I'm more likely to behave more decorous. Like, I won't let myself go at a certain rate, because I know, he's here. I mean, I might receive a chastisement or two. You are conscious of the person being around you. So if you are able to remove that consciousness, you are able to grow. So yes, you have found Mr. in your work environment. Good. We bless God for you, but please, let there be a distance. I know that in some organizations, yes, the lady might be in credit, the gentleman might be in
debit.
Whatever.
But I think
but at a different branch, and they're keeping it going.
Can you imagine? So we go home this evening from work, then we have an argument. Then I sleep in the bedroom and you sleep in the living room. Then in the morning, we have to get ready, sit in the same car, drive to work, sit in the same office the whole day. I think maybe the one downside for me is there's no distance, there's no space, the constant scrutiny. But it's also the constant comfort of knowing, like, this is my team, this is my person, he's here.
No, but you will be there when you come home.
Yeah, for example, if you work in accounts, I think I think the good side to office relationships is when if you work in accounts or you have a good friend in accounts, you get to know your partner's income.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, people hide how much they make. So I know how much you make.
And
That's
so
what
difference does that make?
I think,
for me,
but there's also the obvious, the nice thing dating someone in the office called concern.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because then you actually agreed that there's an upside
of people in relationships and marriage always gossip about their friends.
Yeah, but when you know the people.
But the issue is when I go home and there is a concern, I'm still able to have that concern.
Yeah, but you know that the degree of concern is deeper when we both know the person. Or then I'm sitting at one part of the office, the other part of the office, and then the concern is ongoing in the office while the thing is happening. I mean, those are some of the upsides.
Distractive?
No,
that is a downside. Because you are using productive time to do concern with Mr.
Madam. What about the fact that let's move to the fact that people who are not dating, there's this concept of work husband, work wife. Is that, I know that's not like a sexual relationship, but that's also in terms of productivity. There's a person that I go and eat with, you do this. Does that not affect productivity as well? As opposed to the fact that if it is your person who is there, then we go and eat together.
I was talking to a friend this afternoon, and he mentioned that he had this office wife. They were just friends, not knowing that the office wife had been secretly sending pictures and stuff that happens at work to his real wife in the house.
Wow.
Oh, so she's
with what motive? Nobody knows. Because she's not a friend to the wife.
Okay.
You understand? So it's like
sending pictures of what? She and him.
Things that happen in the office. Yeah, concerning him. Concerning the husband. Then she sends it to the wife.
Maybe she wants him.
Maybe.
Yeah, so that too, also, though it doesn't affect productivity directly. When you go home, there's fire at home. Yes.
Yeah.
But you guys, so don't you feel like a lot of things happen in the office? Adultery, all those things. So is it not for the safety of your relationship? Is it not better if both of you are in the same office?
No.
But so is it not possible that you are all then he's still cheating on you?
With somebody that but at least it will be a bit more. It will be a bit more difficult.
And when you find out, it's very dangerous.
It will be a bit more difficult
to do.
Wow.
Anyway, no, I think that it would even be easier because I know that you and I have a relationship or you're married, and this is the workspace. I need to learn to give you space there. I don't have to be like a shadow all around. So when I see you working here with this person and that person, I shouldn't be following you around. But the reason
I'm saying that a lot of people who cheat use their work as alibi. So, the team is doing here. We have a work. Well, I work with you. We are all going to the office party.
So the person, somebody that would now use extracurricular activities, like but then social life, like the boys. You're going to play football. You're going to do this.
Going for road trip.
But then it doesn't not cross out one option. One option.
Is it so important about which option gets crossed out?
Yes, very, very.
Really?
Yes.
I don't think so.
Obey.
I want to believe
what will happen.
Anyway, I want to believe that.
It will be more painful when it happens in the work environment, when everybody is looking into your port and knows what is happening.
And imagine you being the last person to find out.
Oh, yes. And probably it's just your next colleague on the next seat that he's dating, and you have no idea. I mean, when you watch some of these movies,
or the other way, let's not put it all on the men, because the women too.
So yes, the next man on the next seat, and she's having a thing with, and it's going round.
Everybody knows,
and you are the last person.
Anymore, you
look at how broken you will be.
you asked about dating your equal or not. I think that even taking it out of the workspace too is better at all times if we are dating our equal.
Okay.
You know, and this is also an advice even Michelle Obama gave. I'm not saying she knows everything, no.
But she probably does, but yeah.
You know, about how it's very important to date and marry your equal. Because in the workspace with a boss and a subordinate, how are we sure that the person didn't give into your request for a relationship because they are concerned that maybe if they don't give in, they might lose their job or there'll be a target.
So the
on their
motive
back.
is questionable.
Yeah. So I preferably don't go and ask somebody who is not on the same managerial level as you for a relationship.
But then again, do you say that I fell in love with you, but because you're my manager, so
but what if the two of you are equals at a workplace and
one gets promoted?
There's a promotion and both of you need to bid for it, maybe come and do a presentation, something. They're looking at the two of you and they ask that your husband asks you, if you are asked if you could back one person, will you back me? And it's just you and I. Who would give up for who? Will you give up?
It's a legitimate question.
It's a legitimate question, but I think that if your spouse has to ask you that, then the problem is not the work romance. The problem is you are not. I think that in every marriage or every relationship, healthy competition is good. Mm-hmm. So bring your best. I'll bring my best, and let's see who gets it. It doesn't mean, why do I have to give up a dream for you, or why do you have to give up for me just because we are together? I get that that's an idealistic point of view, and then there's egos and all of that comes into play. But I mean, why should it be?
But it happens. For instance, let me just say, let's say.
And then maybe I actually don't want the position that badly, so you can have it. Or maybe you don't want it that badly. So you don't have
dreams anymore because of
maybe my dreams don't go in that direction. I don't want to be a manager.
Okay, so if you don't want to be a manager, that is fine.
That's fine. But in the case where you also want,
well, then we both bid for it, and there shouldn't be any repercussions, for whoever wins it. You got it. It's okay. Yeah, cool.
But you see, it will sound different if he got it or you got it at a different place and you brought it home, like.
Well, that's true.
But the question is, why should it? Different. Then that's not an office romance thing. That's my point. It's a relationship issue that the two of you have. Because why are you my enemy?
But
no, it's not about being enemies.
Who are even partners. Like, they've built a business together, and then maybe one person is the one in front of the cameras all the time, and now it's gaining, so and so business, but it's for the two of you, husband and wife. And then your partner now has a problem that, it's like you are everywhere. I'm also here, but it's
so get like in front of the cameras with me.
Maybe it's just the roles that you've assigned yourselves, and maybe you are not a camera person. You are the person.
And
who
if you
works
were a camera person, then get in front of the camera. I mean, I think there's a lot of ego and things that have come into play that shouldn't. I mean, which is not to say that I don't get the reasons why you're so against.
The thing is that it takes two mature people to go into an office.
They are very brave. I don't think I'm that brave yet. Maybe in the future I'll find I'm like, hey, I don't have a choice to come. So until then I won't rule it out. But I think people who do it, they are very brave. They are very brave, because I don't want to be in the same working space. I don't want you always witnessing my lows and my highs. I don't want that.
Well, when you go home,
when I come back, I will break down to you and cry. You didn't witness
and then I'll tell you the part that I want to tell you.
You didn't witness the part where I was like, oh my God, can the earth open and swallow me now?
The part where the other guy was hugging you?
Oh no, that's not the issue.
Comforting you?
That's not the issue here.
But the wings and the flirtation.
Yes.
Yeah. Sometimes too, you want to just enjoy the fact that some other people find you attractive. No, you are not going to give in, but
harmless flirting.
But when they know that your mister is just right in the corner,
everybody becomes
it's like nobody sees
around you.
They dare not.
Yeah, everybody becomes stiff around you, and
you can't even play.
Why
you can't
do you
play with your colleagues? Just
people to
play.
See you though?
Oh, it's nice. We're human.
No, but
we want to. we want our moment in the spotlight.
No, but the thing
we want
is,
to know that you're desirable
something has to give.
at all times.
If
We are all like that. Even the most introverted person.
If
We
you
all want to
decide
know that we're desirable.
go and fall in
to
love
more
with
than one
somebody at the
person.
office, something has to give.
You
It's your
think so?
choice. Yeah.
Hey, which includes people desire, other people desire. I mean, let me know.
Other people
is
can
what you
desire
want
you
to
when
know.
you go and buy food, or in traffic, or in
But
church,
if
like
I'm
you
spending
said.
most of the time in the workplace, like the study said,
Then wow, Amma. Let me take some of your messages. This one is asking, but what if all of you are in the same department and space? Then what happens? Or then you live your lives.
I think it get hard. It's harder, but if you
It's
really
harder.
want it, people
Yeah.
have done it.
You can make it work, but I mean, it's not easy.
Nick says, I think for me, it's better when you don't have intentions to take it to the next level. So it's
Oh.
just for fun.
Oh.
This
But that
situation is
hurts
very
more.
nice.
But that even makes it
hurts
more
more.
like the bickering becomes
Yeah.
extra
Yeah,
because you know
unless-
it's not going
but
anywhere.
it's all-
Hey,
When
they
it's
always,
just
they
friends
always
with
see your time.
benefits.
No.
It can get
No.
ugly
It can
faster.
get very ugly.
Friends with benefits, doesn't it get ugly when one person's
Catches
expectation
feelings.
changes?
But
And the thing is that will happen.
Definitely change.
It will
So then
happen.
it
A friend
will
told
get
me
ugly.
something some years ago, and it made so much. I said, "You see, people settle for friends with benefit because the person is half of the things you want in the person you're looking for. They're not everything. And the moment they start getting the extra things,
Yeah.
you would
Stop
want
falling
to
for
be with them.
I also think that a lot of women settle for friends with benefits because they're hoping it will
It
become.
would
work.
become more. That's true.
But most of the time, when guys are doing friends with benefits,
Mhm.
they really know
mean
that,
it.
that we are
They
doing
know that
friends
that's
with
all they're
benefits.
doing.
And then
That's true.
though, anyway, office romance, if it's mutual and organic, and both are mature enough to understand work time, no play, then it's workable. However, it is not advisable if the two cannot recognize or establish this is a business environment, not a romance room. The personality type plays a big role.
Okay.
That's Nana Kwesi. Okay. Philip from Kesa says, this is a fantastic discussion. I worked with one of the institutions. My boss has been worrying my girlfriend, and I can't say anything about it, but I've warned my girlfriend several times. But still.
Philip, this one, dear.
Ray
really good
said,
point you
I
raised.
met my wife at work when she came over to do her attachments. We've been married for 15 years
Wow.
with 3 beautiful kids. We kept it private until we were ready to get married. She left after a year to join another company.
So you see.
If the two are committed, it will work. Office romance, that's Kofi B. Josie is right. My sister and her husband have run this architecture firm for 20 years plus, and they are solid, doing very well on all fronts. That's CC. Interesting. I wonder, though, for those who run the business together, does it work because there's no power? Obviously, there'll be a certain power play in the everyday, but it's more of a partnership
Yes.
than
Yes. You see, as I keep on reading about architects, I know most architects are partners. They are husband and wife.
and
they are,
lawyers.
yes.
Doctor
some-
and
Some
nurses,
lawyers,
private
yes,
practice and
doctor,
the
midwife.
nurse.
I know of a lot of lawyers. The Mr. is a lawyer,
Yeah.
Mrs. is a lawyer. I know of a lot of architects. You see, because this is where you need two brains about the same subject matter. It's a subject matter kind of work.
It's principle. It's not a creative space.
No.
So if it's law, we are arguing the law.
Yes. So
and it's
I
not
have this case. What is your view? Help me nail it. You understand?
Yeah.
So that one, yeah, I'm going to talk about.
I mean, even if we do, we are both lawyers. It's what we do.
and
fine.
then yes, and at the end of the day, whatever comes in is for the both of us. It's the same with architects. But when you go into a very dynamic, in quote, cosmopolitan environment like here, or like some of these organizations, then you realize that this becomes very arduous to do. It becomes a very difficult task. You see, because different skills, different mindsets, competition and all.
Okay, let me go back to the messages. Okay, seeing this one, seeing your significant other being blasted at work is a vibe killer. And that's used for basic on. You need discipline to date someone in your workspace. Both of you will have to be professional about it. This means both have to check out for these qualities in each other before you start to talk. And then you have to discuss all your relationship issues at home. The office is always the office. Pretend like you haven't seen each other and like nothing happened last night. Ready to go home by yourself. You need to be hard emotionally. And if you are not emotionally strong, then don't do it. Interesting. Ohima says there should be some distance once a while so that we can miss each other and our faces and bodies will be fresh and new. Same place. If care is not taken, romance will die. Same office, dear. No.
Okay.
Lady,
why are we assuming that they live together? Those dating live together.
But okay,
No,
I mean, some are married.
Okay.
Some dated to married, and they're married to yes.
All right.
Both of you be working there for 20 years.
Oh wow, okay. This message says, ladies, read the meaning of sexual harassment. A third person can feel sexually harassed when he or she witnesses two people romancing in the workplace. Yo, I see. This one says, being cautious when your husband is around. The reverse is my case, where in my presence my wife lets loose. No prim and proper beer, just human. So again, individual husband, individual. I think that's for you because you were saying that. You know, the way that you behave when your husband is around is different. Well, I mean, lots of interesting views. I don't know if we want to talk about sexual harassment. That's not really office romance. I mean, so maybe we'll do that as a completely different topic. What is true love without challenges and determination? As much as you want to achieve your personal dreams, so can you do for the relationship and marriage. I met my husband in the same class. After 3 years, we continued to read business courses for 3 years in the same school, shared many courses together. We've worked in the same company and run businesses together as well. Today, he's employed. I'm taking care of the family projects and business. So it's possible to love, keep, and grow that love in the same space. We've been married for 12 years.
Okay. Some people are really good at this love thing.
Yeah.
No, like they're really good from high school
to now.
40 years married. Hey,
Socrates said, man, know thyself, and I will add, man, know thy partner. I know my wife, and I know I can't work with her. I work for myself, and if she joined me, like all workers and suppliers would have been fired and all. Wow, Kwame. That's very interesting. I lost my ex-wife to a guy in her office, and I met my current wife at my workplace. So, yeah, that's Kojo from Tamale. That's very interesting. Can you imagine being in different departments where the boss or superior has tried and failed, and he decides to despise the significant other? So, I mean, when you are penalized for what your boss is saying, okay, there's power play, so you have to define the roles. It's a creative space. One team member can focus on the design, another on the construction and management to reduce the competition. Then you encourage peer review as much as possible. This guides the success story so far. That's Josie again. They've been married for 25 years.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I know, right? Well, thank you guys so much for texting in. We really, really appreciate it. So I think the conclusion from me is I agree with Kwame. Know thyself.
Know thy partner.
Yeah. If you know that you can't, then you can't. But if you think you can, then you know. Let me take your final thoughts.
I would really love to someday start a family business, a business with my husband, something we can hand over to our kids and all. So despite the challenges that will come with that, when it comes to my husband and I, we are having our own business, not being employed somewhere, that I think I would still do.
But not the office romance.
Not an office romance. Not where somebody has we can be fired at any time and then we're going around.
Okay.
Okay, I think that if you want to have office romance, you can go ahead, but it should be mentally tough. You should be able to draw the line, as we said earlier. This is work. You leave work stuff at work, and when you go home, you do home stuff. You don't take work home, and you don't bring home to work. If you can do that, then go ahead. If you can't, then please don't.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Adipa.
I'm still where I am.
Yeah, we can see that.
Yes. I don't think it is too healthy And then I don't think, in my opinion, that it promotes growth and development, personal growth and development, as much as we would want it. But if you think that's your best bet, some people have done it 25 years, 15 years and more, and they are still in there. Know thyself, as you have said, and then work according to your energies. But as much as possible, somebody said when they did it, she moved on. Try to bring distance at some point, because it will be healthy for the relationship and it will be healthy for the business as well. You don't want to compromise on each.
I think another plus to we're doing the business together and all, you know the money coming in, so you can't take some of the money to go and take the money to go and be fending for another family somewhere. You will catch him if he tries it.
Wow.
Yes.
Amma. Okay, and that is Amma. Thank you girls so much for joining us this evening. And thank you to you for texting in and for listening. We really, really, really appreciate the fact that you stay with us, and we're very grateful. A very big thank you to the team, Abeku, Mirabel, Oliver, Crispy, Edem, everybody that's involved in production. Thank you so much. My name's Anima Animado. Next week is February, and February is the month of love. Yeah. So we're going to have some really exciting love conversations and events. So definitely stay tuned in to your Superstation Joy 99.7 FM. If you missed any parts of this show, you can go on Facebook and the whole show will be there. And of course, that's a show that keeps on giving. So you can still continue to comment and share your views and stuff, and we'll respond and interact with you. Thank you so much. Have a good night, Maxwell Adbadba. You know, if you like Maxwell Adbadba, his best conversations on radio are at 10 o'clock when he's handing over to George Quay. So do stay tuned in. He's bringing us the news next, but 10 o'clock, I'm telling you, he shines like a diamond. Maxwell brings us the 8 o'clock news. Stay tuned in.